Hi guys, it's me, Stephen Maloney again, Edinburgh and Scotland Tour Company. Today I'm just in the Royal Mile and I'm on my way to the Tron to do a live video with Kitty from Scottish Textile Showcase. But on the way I've got about half an hour to kill, so I'm going to just have the wee look about. And right now I am on Parliament Square in the Royal Mile. This building here is St Giles Cathedral. This building dates back to around about the 12th century. You can see the crown steeple in the background there. And bits inside date right, some of the columns inside date right back to the 12th century. And on the left here we have the Duke of Buccleuch. And a slightly newer building here, we have the High Court in Edinburgh. We have the French Consulate. That was built around about 1900. And this is the Signet Library. This is on the footprint of the old Scottish Parliament, which was dissolved in 1707 with the Act of Union with England. And I'm going to walk through this little gap here and we'll see more of the old Scottish Parliament. It's actually the law courts, the Court of Session and such like at the moment, or nowadays. And that guy coming into view, the guy on the horse up there, is King Charles II. That's the oldest statue in Scotland, I believe. It was built in, it was put up there in 1685 when he died. And this is the site of the old Scottish Parliament here. And the old Parliament Hall is still in existence down that little gap there. And I've got a funny thing to show you. It's car park space number 23. There we go. This is the grave, or this is where John Knox, the reformer, is buried, and he was buried here in 1572. So this car park obviously wasn't a car park then, and it was part of Greyfriars Kirk. So this would have been a little cemetery. And this facade on this building here wasn't here. The original building is slightly further back. So that would have been a much bigger sort of... See the stonework here is slightly older than this facade here. So this is just off the Royal Mile, and I'm going to go along here and I'll show you a couple of statues and then I'll sign off. So in 1824 there was a huge fire in Edinburgh. So that building you're looking at right now straight ahead is post 1824, and the buildings actually used to come much closer to the side of St Giles Cathedral, and there was actually scorch marks from the Great Fire in 1824. There was actually scorch marks on the building, so a lot of history here. And then you can see the old court of the Exchequer. There's the old coat of arms for it. Rather pretty. And then you'll have to excuse all the building work going on here. That beautiful building in the background there is the City Chambers. That's the head office of the City of Edinburgh Council. That was built in the late 1700s, and it was actually built as a business centre, but it didn't really take off. So in the early 1800s, the City of Edinburgh took it over as their headquarters. And this little masterpiece here is the Meerkat Cross, where the town crier would make announcements. That's not the original Meerkat Cross, dates to the early 1800s. The original Meerkat Cross was round there. And this guy here, he was the founder of the first fire brigade in Edinburgh, James Braidwood. He, after the Great Fire of Edinburgh in 1824, they realised that they had to establish a proper fire brigade, and he was the one that took it over, and he was eventually killed in a fire. He was headhunted by London, and he was eventually killed in a fire in London. And this statue here is Adam Smith, the economist. There we go. What a cracking view to the back of St Giles Cathedral. And then we'll have a little look up the Royal Mile. And then I'll look down the Royal Mile. That church steeple you can see there is the Tron Kirk. That's where I'm going in about half an hour. And I'm going to do a live show from there as well. And one final thing to show you is the statue of Alexander the Great and his horse Bucephalus. What he's doing here is his horse was a wild stallion, and to tame the horse he actually faced it towards the sun. So that's what he's doing there. He's taming Bucephalus. And if you notice on the side, you'll notice he's got donkey's ears. So this is to do with John Steele, the sculptor. He wasn't paid, and the project was on hold for a long time. So he eventually said, enough's enough. And when it came to actually pay for it, he inserted donkey's ears as a sort of act of defiance for not getting paid. And that's how it stands. So there we go. I'll just give you a quick last view of the city chambers. Absolutely delightful building. Oh, and there's the bells of St Giles. Okay, thanks very much.